For years now, we've been looking at computer renders and steel blocks in sheds. We've talked about what the Type 26 will do and might do. But as we close out 2025, we can finally stop talking in the future sense. The first in class, HMS Glasgow, has officially woken up. In this video, we're digging into the power on milestone just achieved by BAE Systems and the Royal Navy. We'll look at what's been recently installed on HMS Glasgow, find out where his sister ship HMS Cardiff has got up to, and how Norway's entry to the Type 26 programme may impact UK deliveries. Let's start with a big headline. As of December 2025, HMS Glasgow has achieved power on. Now this doesn't mean that the ship has suddenly unplugged from the dock and gone fully self-sufficient. During build and commissioning, shore power will continue to be used extensively for safety, stability and efficiency. What power on actually marks is the moment when the ship's own internal electrical distribution system is energized for the first time. In other words, power is now being generated on board and safely distributed through the ship's main switchboards, zones and networks. This allows individual systems to be tested, commissioned and brought online in a controlled way, sometimes using the ship's power, sometimes shore power, and often a managed combination of both. For a ship as complex as the Type 26, this is a foundational systems milestone, not a ceremonial switch flip. HMS Glasgow uses a combined diesel-electric or gas propulsion architecture. The gas turbine is not involved at this stage. Instead, the focus is on the ship's diesel generator sets, which are the backbone of the electrical system. These generators provide power not just for propulsion via electric motors, but for everything else on the ship: combat systems, sensors, cooling, communication, and hotel services. BAE Systems has confirmed that Glasgow's MTU diesel generators have been successfully run and integrated into the ship's power architecture. This allows engineers to begin progressive set-to-work activities across the platform, energizing equipment, validating load sharing, and checking electrical resilience under different conditions. Crucially for an anti-submarine warfare frigate, these generators are mounted on advanced rafted and acoustically isolated foundations, designed to minimize the transmission of vibration through the hull. This stage is where the designers begin validating in the real ship quietness measures that underpin the Type 26's ASW credentials. In short, power on means HMS Glasgow has moved from being a passive construction project to an active living warship platform, capable of supporting full systems integration and harbour trials. It's one of the clearest signals yet that the Type 26 programme has crossed from construction into true commissioning. But that's the heart, but now she has teeth too. Also over the last year, we saw a major step forward when the main gun went on the forecastle. This is the Mark 45 Mod 4A 5-inch gun. The 5-inch standard brings commonality with many NATO navies. It's fully automated and safer for the crew. It's a much more flexible weapon for land strikes and surface targets. Further back, the fitting out continues. The Mark 41 vertical launch system modules are going in. This is a ship's strike punch, the cells that will eventually house Tomahawk cruise missiles and other future weapons. HMS Glasgow isn't alone on the River Clyde anymore. She was joined by HMS Cardiff. She completed her float-off back in August 2024. Right now, HMS Cardiff is in the early stages of the phase Glasgow is finishing. There are miles of cables going in, internal compartments being fitted out, and systems being installed. She is tracking well, benefiting from lessons learned on HMS Glasgow, but she's still a couple of years behind her older sister. To see the rest of the fleet, we need to move along the river, and things look very different from just a few years ago. In June 2025, BAE Systems officially opened the Janet Harvey Hall, a massive new shipbuild hangar named after a World War II shipyard electrician. It's big enough to house 2 frigates side by side indoors. This is a game changer. HMS Glasgow and HMS Cardiff were assembled outdoors, exposed to the Scottish weather. That meant stopping for rain and battling corrosion before painting. Now ship number 3, HMS Belfast, is sitting inside that hull. In mid-2025, her aft section was moved inside to join the forward section. She is the first Type 26 to be consolidated entirely undercover. Right next to her, inside the hull, is ship number 4, HMS Birmingham. Work on her is progressing quickly because of the workforce not battling the elements. And the build drumbeat is now ticking for the batch 2 ships as well. For HMS Sheffield, ship 5, steel was cut in November 2024 and she's well into fabrication. For HMS Newcastle, ship 6, steel was first cut in late 2025. That means we have 6 Type 26s actively in build or fit out. The production line is hot. The UK and Norwegian governments have signed the Lunna House Agreement, which we talked about in the previous video. Norway's order will add at least 5 new build ships to the production line. One question many viewers are probably asking is whether Norway's Type 26 frigates will be delivered from hulls already under construction for the Royal Navy, or whether the last couple of Royal Navy ships will effectively be pushed to the end of the production line. On that, the Ministry of Defence has been very clear. There has not been any official announcement that the Royal Navy's 8 Type 26 frigates will be transferred to Norway. Instead, official statements describe Norway ships as new build vessels, added to the programme to expand production capacity. The MOD emphasises that the combined force will consist of 8 British and at least 5 Norwegian ships. This strongly implies that the Royal Navy's own order is fully retained. While it's possible the Norwegian builds will follow on after the last Royal Navy hulls, the key point is these are additional ships, not a reshuffling or reduction in the Royal Navy fleet. With the Janet Harvey hull now fully operational, BAE Systems has the capacity to accelerate build rates. The Norwegian ships are expected to be built to near identical specifications to the UK's, allowing crews to snap between them seamlessly, a level of interoperability we haven't seen before in European surface fleets. So, where does that leave us as we head into 2026? HMS Glasgow is alive. Her generators are running, her 5-inch gun is fitted, and her next target is trials. Follow-on ships are steadily moving up the build chain, and with the new production hall fully operational, work is faster, safer, and protected from the Scottish weather. The vision of a fleet of high-end anti-submarine hunters patrolling the Greenland-Iceland-UK gap is finally taking shape. Let us know in the comments, how do you feel about the 5-inch gun replacing the 4.5-inch gun that's been used since World War II? And what part of the Type 26's progress has impressed you so far? Thanks for watching.